What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Me and Daytrail are about to head to Dalen's graduation. He's graduating from college today, and I always tell y'all what the day is. So I think I just got a habit now of telling y'all what the date is. It's Friday, December 12th, and it's 3:22. The graduation doesn't start until 6 o'clock, but the drive is like an hour and 7 minutes. So we got to include traffic and all of that. And of course, I want to get there soon enough before everybody start packing it, I hope. Because y'all know college graduations be packed. And I don't got time to try to find no seat or to be standing up. But we about to go, y'all. I didn't wear a dress like I planned because it was cold, but not the sun out, so I don't know. But I got on a jacket. I got on like a little pink crop top. It's not too cropped. And then I got on some, which y'all can't see it right now, but I have on some black cargos and they're jeans. I'm just hitting my gamble, Lord. And Daytrail wore his cute little button-up shirt, some jeans, and his cowboy boots. I'll try to show y'all when we get out the car, but we about to head there now, y'all, so we don't be too late, I hope. And yeah, I don't know if people gonna make it there at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, who knows? But we probably won't make it up to like 4:30, 4:45. But we'll see how when we get there. I'm so proud of you, Dalen. I love you, and I hope that you continue to conquer all of your dreams and everything that you want to in this world. So shout out to you. Congratulations to you. So y'all, I have some bad news. Excuse my voice. It's kind of like gone out a little bit because I've been doing a lot of screaming and I haven't been asleep at all. For real, like I took a couple of naps, but it's been kind of back and forth. I did not make it to my brother's graduation yesterday. As y'all know, in the previous clip, I said that me and my son was on the way to the graduation. And as we got closer, we were about 30 minutes out, we had a car accident. The car accident was very bad. It was life threatening. Good thing we walked away without any serious damages. Like, yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot, and everybody on the scene was like, we shouldn't have walked away. And even if we did walk away, we were supposed to have some type of serious injuries. Like, that's just something that they see a lot when they go onto scenes when car accidents happen. And of course, I vlog my life, and I just wanted to share with y'all what happened. And I know people probably was wondering. I am going to post it on Facebook, so by the time that y'all see this, it will already have been posted. But I wanted to make a video for people who probably didn't get to see it, or they miss it, or they want to hear me say it, because the post I'm going to make on Facebook, I'm just going to kind of type it up and post it. And then this is an actual video. Now, Daytrail is not here. His dad came and got him about an hour or two ago. So when he come back home, I'm going to let him tell his side. That way you guys know, since he was there. And I'm going to just tell y'all my part now since he's gone. And just let y'all know how the accident happened. And I'll also put pictures so you guys can see it in case you did not see my post or my story when I post it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm gonna try not to cry because I cried all day. So, of course, if you don't know me, then you don't know this. But the people who know me, who are my friends, family, people in my day to day, they know this. Like, they're a part of my life, and they hear me. They be around. Okay, okay, yeah. I'm gonna get it out. It's my throat. So, me and my son left the house yesterday, and I told y'all, and we had an hour and 7 minute drive to my brother Dalen college graduation. And congratulations to him again before I get deep into this story. I'm so proud of him. Once again, I hate that we missed it. And he know we would have been there if this hadn't happened. And yeah, he graduated with honors. I'm going to also put a picture of my bro right here from graduation. So cute, okay? Love it, love it. He's so handsome. But anyways, so we left home and everything was cool. We driving Daytrail gets in trouble on the way there. So I'm just like, Daytrail, stop all that crying, because he was just doing a lot of crying. And mind you, we got this hour drive. I'm trying to make it there, make sure we on time without, getting into any accidents. Because I'm a safe driver. Not saying I'm a perfect driver, but I'm safe. Most of the time, I'm not texting. I always make him wear a seatbelt. I'm just real. I follow the laws all the time. So I tell him, I say, buckle your seatbelt up. And he's crying because he's like, oh, I'm mad. You fussing at me. And he wasn't he didn't do nothing serious. It just was a lot of crying. So it's nothing like that. Nothing crazy. And I'm just like, I can't let you keep doing all this crying, because you just crying. But that's besides the point. That's not really part of the video. I'm just trying to give y'all a rundown of what happened that led up to the accident and, after. And so we get on the interstate, we're driving, everything cool. Like, my car running smoothly. It's great. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we did pray before we left. Like, we do that when we go to school every morning. I try to teach him about God and how to have a relationship with God, because I know that if I leave first, he will not always have me. And the only person that can help him through anything and everything is the Lord himself. So I always talk to him about God, how to talk to God, how to pray. I tell him the truth about life, that one day we are going to die. And I hate that he has to know that, because that sucks, but it's a part of life. And I don't want to sugarcoat nothing. I don't want him to hate God, because a lot of people hate God because they don't understand God's word. God's word warns us, like, it warns us before stuff happens. And we were driving. And so all I remember is that my car, it started to make a little bit of weird noise, like, not noises. I won't say noises. Well, no, I will, because it was like da 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 da, but it wasn't nothing that hadn't happened before. So for my people who know me, y'all know that I always complain about my vehicle. I'm like, oh, this vehicle make this type of noise. It starts to shake, but the shaking ain't never been nothing that would cause the car to, like, go into another lane. It was never nothing that was like consistently going on. So I would take it to the shop, and I took it to the shop multiple times. It's been like that for a year now. And they were like, oh, well, nothing is wrong. We've inspected the whole car, engine good, everything good. Of course, I got minor issues, but those issues I was getting fixed. I paid them. They fixed it. They're like, oh, you shouldn't have these issues no more. But I'm like, okay, we fixed that, but the car's still shaking. It's still making noises. And of course, like I said, it wasn't 24/7. Some days it wouldn't do it. Or if I'm just taking him to school, to the store, it doesn't do it. So they were like, well, nothing's wrong. Like, they just kept saying that. They looked under the hood, under the car. I'm like, do I need to stop driving this car? Is this car safe? Because if y'all tell me it's not safe, y'all the mechanic, I'ma listen. I ain't gonna drive it. And then, of course, I don't have money like that, so I'm gonna keep my car as long as I can if it's drivable, right? And I'm a girl. I don't know much about cars. So I'm asking them, and they're like, oh, no. I get a second opinion, because I'm like, I don't trust you. Even though you cool, I don't trust you. So I asked another mechanic, and he's like, nothing's wrong. This car is good. This car can actually last a while. It's a good car, engine good, motor good. Nothing is wrong with this car. I'm like, but dang, y'all keep saying that, but why is it doing this? I send them videos, and I'm showing them videos of what my car is doing, and they saw the videos. One of them drove the car. The other one, he never would drive it. And I'm like, dude, can you drive the car so you can feel it? And the other dude drove it. And he was like, oh, that's normal. It's cool. It's not nothing that's going to make you wreck. Nothing that's going to, keep the car, like, make the car break down. I'm listening, because I'm like, okay, y'all, it's been going on a year. The car good. It's not like it's every day, all day. When it does it, it stops. And y'all the mechanic. So I'm going to listen. I'm telling my friends this. They're not mechanics, though. And so I'm just letting them know. And they like, one of my friends, Sheree, she did say you should get a new car. But of course, I still got to wait to get a new car, because I don't got it like that. So I would have to wait to tax time. But, I'm still like trying to be patient too, because I'm like, I don't want to just do something. You know how like you rush it and you do something and God didn't intend for it. So it was one of them situations. And so after that, like I was saying, because I'm sorry if I'm all over the place too, y'all. I'm trying not to miss nothing. So we're driving, and I'm in the passing lane. So at first we were in the lanes where there were like 4 lanes, and then we started to get in the 2 lanes. So the passing lane and the slow lane, which is the regular driving lane, like the right side. We're in the passing lane because in my mind, I'm driving the speed limit, which is, it's a little faster. It's the passing lane. So cars kept passing me. And I'm like, dang, am I tripping? Like, why these cars passing me? And I don't understand it. And so, I didn't think much of it. I'm like, maybe they in a rush. People be rushing and they like, oh, get out the way. So they going. But it was just so many cars passing. Like, I've got passed before now. I'm not saying people don't pass me, but that was different. I've never been through nothing like that. And so I'm like, dang, that's odd. But anyways, I'm going to still go to speed limit because I ain't trying to get no ticket and I ain't trying to kill myself either. So I'm just driving, minding my business. Something told me to tell my son I love him out of the blue. And I always tell him that, but I'm like, dang, why I want to say that now? Like, just randomly tell him that. But he sleep because, mind you, he was crying. He fell asleep. And so I was like, I'm not going to wake him. I'll wait till he wake up. I'll tell him what I got to say. Because I did feel like when I fussed at him, it was a little too much. And I just wanted to let him know, like, Mom, love you. I just, I got to stand on business because I be weak for my baby. So I had to stand on business because I'm raising a man. And I just hated that he fell asleep and, he was sad. And I just didn't want him to think I didn't love him or that I was mad at him. I was just mad about the situation, but not at him. And so we're driving. There's an 18-wheeler. He's kind of behind me. And if you don't know what an 18-wheeler is, that's what we say in Alabama. Because I know last night at the hospital, the lady was like, the nurse, she was like, what is that? A semi. Okay, so that's just a nickname, but a semi truck. That's what it was. And they were behind, but they were kind of far back. So something in me said, this car feels like it's going to break down. Did I know that for sure? No. Did I know that I was going to wreck? I had no idea that was going to happen. Because if I did, I would have never been on the road with my child at that. And so I get to the driver lane. The semi behind me, the 18-wheeler, is like behind. And they come around, which is in the passing lane. Because I guess, once again, this is the slow lane. Now I'm probably going even slower. He come beside me. He's not trying to pass. Not saying that he wasn't going to pass eventually. But he's just driving. Like he in his lane. I'm in my lane. I know that we had to be beside each other for 60 seconds. Maybe a little more. But it wasn't that long. But he was there long enough for me to know that he was there. And for him to see me. And for us to kind of ride by each other for a second. So next thing you know, this is when stuff got serious. This is when I knew something was finna happen. Now, I still don't know I'm finna wreck. I'm not psychic. I don't know. I didn't know that was gonna happen. That shocked me. I'm trying not to cry. So, okay. So, as I'm driving, I was using one hand, right? This is how the car was. My son was in the back, on the passenger side. His iPad is on the floor because I took the iPad. I didn't throw the iPad. Now I kind of tossed it. You know how you just toss your kid stuff. And he fell asleep, right? The iPad on the floor. My camera, because I was gonna vlog at the graduation, is in it's in the passenger seat. Nothing else. I had cleaned my car out before we left, so all the junk that was in my car was out of the car. But we still had other stuff. My gym bag was in the back seat. I had this big tie changing thing in the trunk, and it's an open trunk, I had a tripod back there, just a lot of stuff that I just use on the day-to-day. And then my phone was in a cup holder because I had the GPS on, but I wasn't listening to no music. And that's odd for me. Whenever I get on the road, I love music, y'all. I love music. So for me, for an hour and 7-minute drive, I didn't even turn on music. That is not like me. Maybe for a few minutes, I won't have it on, or if I'm just going up the street. But even then, I turn my music on. I could be getting my kid from up the road. I just love music. It's just, I don't know, I love music. But this ride was different. I didn't have no music playing. Of course, like I said, I'm not one of those drivers that texts and stuff. So any text I sent out was before I got in the car. I'm driving and I checked the GPS. I did check it. It said you got 30 minutes left 34 minutes before you get to your destination. I'm like, okay, well, we getting closer, so, everything good. My car, okay, so the 18-wheeler still beside me. We like this. He's a little faster than me, of course, but 18-wheelers are long, so even though he going fast, we still there. We still by each other. And I'm driving, and I feel my car go to his lane, but it didn't go all the way. It didn't go all the way. My car went into his lane, and at this time, mind you, I had one hand. Before the car even swerved, I gripped it with two, because I'm like, okay. I'm like, something wrong. And another thing, the only reason I got in the lane, the slower lane, was because one, people was passing. Two, I said, okay, let's just say the car break down. I don't know if it is, but if it does, at least I'm in the slow lane where you park it. That way, if I know it's finna break down or if I need to pull over, I'm already here. I could just slow down, pull over. I'm not even speeding. So my car goes over and I pull it back. I pull it back. I pull it back to the lane. Literally, it wasn't even that long. Like, as soon as I pulled it, I knew instantly. I thought about it. I said, I gotta stop. I gotta stop this car. I never got a chance to stop because after I put it over my car, all I know is my car yanked. And when it yanked, my whole body shifted. I let go of the steering wheel. And when the car went, it didn't just hit his truck side by side. My car turned over and it hit the truck. Now, everything happened so fast to the point I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't know, like, that, I really didn't know. All I knew was I just hit an 18-wheeler. When I hit the 18-wheeler, glass, my whole windshield bust. I heard glass. It was like a gunshot. Like, to me, it sounded like a gunshot. It bust. I closed my eyes because if you don't know, I had surgery back in May 12th on my left eye because I have a cornea transplant that I just got did. And I'm like, okay, glass everywhere. I'm screaming, y'all. My son, he wasn't awake when we hit, because I asked my son and he said he was not awake when we hit the truck. So he never knew that we hit the truck. So because the windshield cracked, I kind of peeked to kind of see the windshield and glass was still flying. And I couldn't see. I was hitting my brakes, but the brakes weren't working. And the steering wheel had gave out. So when I was turning the steering wheel, it was just loose. Like, I could just spin the steering wheel. It's like it ain't even connected to nothing. And so we got to spinning. We were spinning. And I knew we were spinning because I started to get dizzy. And the only thing I could say, because glass was falling, like glass, it was shooting at us. And it was shooting inside my mouth. I could feel it in my mouth. And you would probably ask, how is glass getting in your mouth, girl? One, I'm screaming. And then I'm asking God, I'm like, God, I repent. The first thing I said when we hit that truck, I said, I repent for any sin I have committed because I just knew this was it. And so, okay. So when I said that, I was like, I repent. And I told God, if you don't do nothing else for me, don't kill my baby, please. If you gotta take me, that's fine. I'll take my L, but please leave him here, please. Because I know it's people that love him, and he's gonna be okay. And we were just spinning. And I don't even know, like, all I know is, like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, something's gonna happen. Either this finna be a pile up. We on the interstate, this finna be a pile up. This 18-wheeler finna flip on top of us. I didn't know what was gonna happen. We finna land in water. We finna land and we finna fly out the car. Like anything. The car finna land on its top. I just didn't know. And so, after that, we end up landing. And I'll post pictures here. And you can see the car You can see the damages, and that's where we landed. That's the grass. We landed right there. So I also hit my head as the car was spinning. On the, I don't know if it was the steering wheel or the door. My door came off. Like, it popped off. It was bent up. So when we landed, I didn't know, because like I said, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know. I just knew. I'm like, man, this is bad. This is bad. And my son said, "Mama," because he was screaming. He was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And I remember before we landed, the last thing I got out of my mouth, I said, "I love you, Junior. I love you." And we landed. And so when we landed, I didn't look back because I didn't know what had happened. And I heard him say, "Mama." And so when I heard, I'm like, okay, he's alive, he's alive. And I turned around, he was okay. Glass was on him, but he was okay. And so I was trying to get out the car, and I got kind of stuck because the door had broke off, but it was still hooked on at the same time. So there was a couple of cars had pulled over, and it was some military men. They were dressed in their uniform. And they got out and they ran to us, and it was like, "Are you the only one in the car?" I said, "I got a son," because he was kind of stuck. He was trying to get out the back seat. And so they helped us, I'm like, I'm shaking, like my hands were like this. I couldn't even be strong for my baby. He was crying. And I'm just like, God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So he get out and he's walking fine. He's walking great. Me, I'm walking good. I didn't feel like nothing was hurt. I was just shaking up. And my son, first thing he said, he was like, "Thank you, God, for not taking my mama." And I was just like, so the people were nice. The people who stopped. Oh, I need some tissue. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. So the people were nice who helped us. They were like, "We'll get your son. You okay?" They said, "Cops on the way. We already called." My phone did not break. I was shocked because it was in the cup holder. I grabbed my phone out the car because the car was smoking. So I tell my son, I'm like, "Do you see your iPad back there?" He like, "Yeah, it's still on the floor." I say, "Grab your iPad." Like, of course, I know materialistic don't matter, but baby, this stuff is high. I don't have it like that, okay? I do what I do. I grind, but baby, it's hard. Like, this car done, this car gone. Whatever we can get, we gotta get. So I grabbed my phone. My camera was no longer on the seat, which I didn't even think about the camera at first. Like, I was worried about getting my son out. I wasn't thinking about no camera. The only reason I thought about the phone was because I'm like, this is my help. If the phone not broke, shoot, I got my child. We don't even know where we at. And, anybody could be pulling up, so I need my phone. So, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about my son. And so when we got out, they helped. They asked, like, what happened? They saw it from behind, but they just, was trying to see how did it happen. And they said, we called help. They let my son sit in his car because they car because it was cold. They gave him some sugar cookies. They was asking, did I want any cookies? They could take me to a gas station. I'm like, no, it's fine. And so my phone was calling the cops because it had locked itself and said police are on the way and I could cancel something about SOS or something like that. And so I just let it keep ringing. I called my dad. Well, I sent pictures of the car because I took pictures. And I sent it to my dad because my brother's graduation was about to start. And he called because they were scared. And I didn't want them to leave the graduation because it's like, like, I could understand if me or him was about to be lifted or something to the hospital. But it wasn't on that level for us. Like, we walked out good. Like, it was like we wasn't perfect because we did get hurt. But we wasn't like how some accidents are. And that accident was bad, but we got lucky. And so I'm telling them what happened. I'm explaining it how I just explained it to y'all. And they like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And what made me cry even bad was because I felt like a bad mom. I felt like if something would have happened to my son, it would have been my fault because I knew something was wrong with that car. I kept telling everybody. I told my friend. I told the mechanic. I was like, dude, I told the other mechanic. I'm like, something's wrong with this car. But everybody like, oh no, there's nothing wrong. And it's like, you're the mechanic, so I'm going to listen to you because I'm asking you, do I need to stop driving it? Will this car break down in the middle of the road? You're like, no. Matter of fact, this car can actually take you to Kansas if you wanted to go that far, and that's like a 3-hour drive. Mind you, the graduation was 1 hour and 7 minutes. So what are you talking about? My car just threw itself into a whole 18-wheeler. So after that, I'm still freaking out. So the men were like, we're good. They looked at us. But what they did notice, I had blood on my clothes. So now they're trying to see where is blood coming from, because my pants had blood on it. My shirt was full of blood. So my hand, it looks a lot worse in person. And, well, I feel like it got better since the accident happened. So you can see marks here. This split down a line and it hurt right now. And this split. Blood was gushing out, and it was so much blood. You would think that it wouldn't bleed that bad, but it was so much blood gushing out my hand that it was on my clothes. It was on the seats of the car. Like, it was just dripping out. Like, so the military man, or the man that was in the military, he went and got a kit and he wrapped my hand up into the ambulance, and police got there. He was so nice. Him and the other guy. And there was another bystander who was not in the military. So if y'all ever see this, thank y'all, because y'all didn't have to stop. And when I tell you, they wasted no time. They didn't even, once my car landed, they was already out their car. I didn't even see them pull up or park. They had already been parking when they seen that we was going down the hill. So they're telling me where we at. I'm texting my boyfriend. I'm texting my baby daddy. I call my baby daddy. He's scared. He like, where's Junior? Where's Junior? I'm like, he's good, but he's shaking up. And it was just bad. And so we end up, I was looking for the camera after that, because I'm like, okay, I wasn't calm down, but I wasn't as bad. And my son was he was calm. He had started playing on his iPad. He was really good for a minute. And so they were like, we'll take care of him, go get what you need out your car, because you need to get the important stuff if it's still something there. And I was like, my camera, because I wasn't thinking about it. And people probably be like, oh, it's just a camera. No, this camera, baby, was $1,400. This camera, I ain't got a band and something to pay again, okay? And I had insurance on it, but if I don't have the camera, the insurance ain't no good. So I'm just like, God, and I prayed. I told God, thank you, because I'd rather have my son than a camera. It's not like I'm being ungrateful, but if you can help me find my camera, because I'm like, the camera, did it fly out the car? What happened? So I couldn't find it, and I just gave up. I was like, you know what? I got my son, I got my life, I got my phone. It's cool. My son got his iPad, so I don't have to spend another band on that. And so when the tow truck had finally came, they found the camera. So that's what I'm recording on. The camera, y'all, ain't got a scratch. It ain't broken. The camera was under the seat, like the carpet of the seats. Like, you know how you have carpet under your seat? The camera went under the carpet that was under the seat. That's why I didn't find it. But when they checked, they found the camera. Camera ain't got no scratches. The only thing that's wrong, it had like a little dust on it. But everything's still working. Now, I don't know if it's going to go out later. I might need to get a new one, but we just going to work with what we got for now. And so we get in the ambulance, because I know, like, you may feel okay, but something could be eternal, and you don't never want to wait. And then when you find out, it's too late. So I end up getting in the ambulance with my son. They was like, do you want us to check him? Because my son was so worried about me. He didn't say nothing about how he felt. And so they asked him, and he was like, my head hurt because I hit my head. And I didn't notice until later that he had a scar under his eye. So I'm assuming that happened when he hit his head, or the glass must have popped him and it left a scar. And so they check him. He's good, y'all. And he's so funny. Like, at the time, it wasn't funny, but he's such a character. I love him. He's in the ambulance talking about y'all trying to take my blood away from me, and I just got in a car wreck. And they was like, no, we only checking the blood pressure. And he like, well, why it feel like that? Y'all is taking my blood. I'm like, boy, they is not taking your blood. Like, they are pumping. Well, they're checking the blood pressure. Like, what are you talking about? And so they said he was okay. They checked his stomach, Of course, he's shaking up and stuff. And so they checked me, Of course, my hand was messed up. I had glass everywhere. Glass was, like, even when we got home, glass was falling out my bra, out my shirt, in my pants. I got glass stuck in my stomach right now. But it's like the little tiny piece of glass. So they was like, they just let that stay. It'll fall out as time go on. And so we get in the ambulance, we get checked. I finally get a ride because my boyfriend was too far out and he was at work. So it was kind of tough because he was far. And he would have still came, but it just would have took forever, and then traffic was slow. So we end up getting a ride from there. Of course, my son dad showed up for him. Y'all know he did show up. And he hugged him, and I heard that he did cry. Someone told me that he called them and he was crying because we could have died. And the police told us that they see a lot of accidents like this. And my SUV went under the 18 wheeler. It turned around and went under, and then somehow, some way, it popped from under the 18 wheeler, and it started to spin. And when it spin, it ended up like lifting up off the ground and went into the grass. And so we didn't know all of that. Like, I would have never knew we went under the 18 wheeler because like I said, the glass broke. I knew we hit the 18 wheeler. I didn't know we went under because I couldn't see nothing. All I know is we in a wreck. I don't know what's finna happen next. We finna die. Or, I didn't want to live and my son gone. Like, that's all I knew. And so they went to talk to the person in the 18 wheeler. I did check on the person because I was like, are they okay? And the cops was like, oh yeah, they're okay. They're in a truck. They good. They ain't got not a scratch. They said they fine. But they were crying. Like, they were worried because the police said when they went to check on them, they was like, did they die? Or whoever was in the car, because they said they told the police that they saw me, driving when they pulled up next to me. They was like, she wasn't on her phone. And because they seen both of my hands on the wheel, and they saw when I first swerved and I tried to go over to the right, and it pushed me back into them. And then they saw me under their vehicle, and then my car ended up spinning and it flew into the grass. And the car kind of tilted on this side, but it ended up landing back how the picture showed. It landed back straight up, and like how the pictures are. And so the car was smoking, like I said. We got out, got in the ambulance. I'm trying to see where I stopped at because I feel like I'm all over the place. So the ambulance was like, y'all want to go to the hospital? We did go to the hospital because I was like, I don't want to risk it. We got x-rays, but we didn't get no MRI. Everything was good on the x-ray. They said that I was bruised the most because the impact was on my side of the car. My kneecap is bruised. My big toe is bruised. And my toenail split in half. Of course, the hand is bruised because that's where I was losing blood at. I didn't get my back or nothing checked, but right now my back hurts. My shoulder hurts. And I'm just sore. And my neck. My whole back of my neck, y'all. It hurts so bad. And I didn't even know that, that I was going to hurt. And my thigh is sore too. I didn't even know I was going to hurt that bad. Because during the incident after we got out, I was so worried about my son, I didn't feel it. But once I realized he was good, I started feeling the pain. And so we went to the hospital. They told us give it a week. If we're still hurt after a week, they would send us to a doctor who works with people who have wrecks to just make sure nothing is, permanent or they missed something at the hospital. And so they gave me his number so I could do a follow-up. And so my son also was crying when we was at the scene because he was like, I'm supposed to go to my Uncle Dalen graduation. We're not going to go. And the cops was like, that's okay. You're alive. Your uncle gonna understand, which he did. Because Junior also called Dalen this morning when we woke up and was like, I'm sorry, Dalen. We didn't come because Mom car crashed. We crashed. And Dalen was like, it's okay. Like, that's something we couldn't control. And the police even told me when I said I felt like it was my fault because I felt like the car was messed up. They was like, oh, that's not your fault. You did your part. You went to the mechanic. They told you nothing was wrong. And you just drove it like anybody else would have. And so, I'm trying to see because I feel like I missed something. I'm just trying to make sure. And if I did, I'm sorry, y'all. I may have to do a video on Facebook because the way I just told this to y'all, it's been 33 minutes. And I feel like typing is going to be forever. So I may need to go live on Facebook. So if you see the live, you're watching it again. This is a part of my life. I'm going to vlog it. Like, I didn't vlog when we went into the hospital because I just felt like that was too personal, too intimate. And I didn't want to, like, have the camera in my son's face or in my face after that. So that's why I just decided to kind of give y'all a follow-up. But they said the dude, 18-wheeler, he was worried, and they told him we was okay because he seen how bad it was. And the police did say they got over 40 phone calls within 4 minutes. People were calling saying an 18-wheeler, a SUV just hit an 18-wheeler, and the SUV is, up in the air. Like, so I guess these people were scared because you couldn't imagine they kids in the car, they slowing down, they like, what is going on, And the police said it was no one's fault. It wasn't the, driver of the semi. It wasn't my fault. It was just a freaking, maintenance issue. And also, in the car, I didn't take pictures. The radio came out. The whole radio came out the car. Half of it went to the back. My purses, anything that was like a bag, flew all around the car. There was lip gloss everywhere. Certain stuff. I found my mic that go to my camera in between the seat when it was all the way in the back. It was just a mess. Stuff that was in the car was going everywhere. Thank God we didn't get hit. My son didn't get hit with nothing. Because that could have been, we could have got knocked out. They also said that my airbags did not come out. So that was another thing. I would have never knew we went under the truck until they checked the 18-wheeler and they were able to tell me that my car did go under there. I'm happy I got over in the driver lane, even though I didn't know that was going to happen, because I feel like if I didn't get in that lane, whenever we wrecked, we would have hit his side. Like, he would have been the impact. And Lord knows what could have happened then if his side got hit and how many cars we would have actually hit then. So it's like God didn't want us yet. And I do believe there's a God. Like, I always have. And even when I told God, like, please don't take my child. You could take me if you got to. It's because I know God is real. And I know my son will be good with me or without me. And I just couldn't bear so what's happening to him. Because he deserves life just as much as I do. Right? At least I think so. So, and that's pretty much what happened, y'all. My car's totaled. The tow truck was like, they never seen nothing like this where a person is still breathing and walking. They were shocked when they found out. The ambulance even said, they're like, man, y'all are blessed, because the way the wreck happened, they said our seats should have shot up out the car. We should have went through the windows or something. Like, our body should have been outside of that vehicle the way the wreck happened. I'm grateful that people cared enough to call the people who stopped when we first landed. The police were so kind. Like, they were so nice. Especially one of the officers. They all made sure we were comfortable. Nobody was rude. One thing that was crazy, when they first came on the scene, they assumed it was the 18-wheeler fault. And I do know there are incidents when it's the 18-wheeler fault, because they're trying to jump in front of a car too late, or they, do turns they don't supposed to do. But in this case, it wasn't his fault, and I was honest. I told them, no, my car literally did that itself. Like, it literally took control and jumped into this van lane. So it wasn't nobody's fault. It wasn't his fault. I'm happy he's okay. I'm thankful because I got my son. Hold on, y'all. My nose again. My family's been very supportive. Thank you, everybody on Facebook. If you do see this, thank y'all for checking on us, for the messages. Even if we don't talk, I don't care. Like, thank y'all. All the nice comments. People just grateful nothing happened to us, because once you gone, that's it. And I'm always honest with my child about stuff like that. That's why I love vlogging, because I hope we don't lose each other no time soon. But if I was to ever go, he would have these memories of us, the stuff that I did record, that he can watch and see. And so that's how it happened. We didn't go to graduation. It was a tough night for us. I woke up sore, whole body aching, neck hurting. I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning. I was shaking again. Even though the wreck is over, I'm overwhelmed. I can't believe me and my son was home. I can't believe we're back home. No car in the driveway. I don't have a car. I will be, hopefully, if it's God will, getting one during tax time. I was going to refurnish my bedroom and my son's bedroom, but that's got to wait, because a car is more important than that. We can always go back and refurnish. We just got to thug it out for now. And it's not like our furniture is horrible. I just wanted it to be more elegant looking and classy and cute. So that's going to have to wait. But everybody's been pretty supportive. Thank y'all. My boyfriend did just take me to get something to eat. I kind of didn't want to ride in the car, because I am paranoid. Like, every time I see a car, I'm thinking they're going to pull out. Even though this ain't what happened, I'm just thinking, like, what if this happened again? What if me and my son don't make it the next time? Like, I'm just scared. So everything been kind of triggering me. But I don't want to let that defeat me, because I know God is real. God would not want me living in fear. Neither do he want my son living that way. And I got to set an example. And, of course, I'm going to have to get another car soon. So I got to get used to being back on the road. But God is so good. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Because I even said after it, like, God, why was I deserving? My son, he's innocent. He ain't at that point yet where he knows right from wrong, but he's not all the way there yet to know sinning from not sinning. And I'm just like, God, why did you save me? You know, like I know your grace saves us, but I wasn't deserving in that moment. I don't feel like, I don't think I'm a horrible person, but I'm also not always living for him like I should. And that's something I have to work on. And I also feel like my cousin Shamarcus was telling me, if you don't know him, his name is, well, we call him BJ, but his rap name is Rashawn, which is his middle name. And when I called him and my cousin Destiny on FaceTime last night, they both were just like, you know, this sucks, and it sucks. It's a sucky situation, and they happy I didn't die, my son didn't die. But God will do stuff, because even though the mechanics of the car was good, God was telling me, Tiara, get another car. But I was like, oh, I ain't got no car note. I ain't had a car note for 5 years, or four, not five, 4 years, something like that. And it was like, Tiara, you can't keep running from a car note, because it's rather, you rather have a car note or a car that's gonna wreck itself. Like, wrecks can happen either way, but this car did it to itself. And now I know, like, I'm gonna have to get a car note. Now I'm not gonna rush it, because I do need to make sure I get a reliable car, something I like, but also something that's realistic for the type of money I make, so I don't put myself in no situation where I'm broke. And so yeah, if I remember anything else before I end the vlog, I would definitely come back and tell y'all, because I feel like I said everything, but who knows? I may think of something later. And I am gonna still let my son talk to y'all when he get home. He probably be back home tomorrow, so that way he could tell his side, because he did tell me he did not see when we hit the 18 wheeler, but he woke up before we landed and he heard me screaming. My screaming woke him up, and the car coming off the ground woke him up. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'm probably finna go live on Facebook real quick, because I do need to reply to everybody's messages and make a phone call too. And it's kind of like, I've been telling this story over and over, and I'm kind of tired. Like, I love that people care and that they're interested in knowing, but it's hectic talking about it, and I keep crying, and I don't want to cry. The way to end my year. This year has been hectic, but I still got my son, and that's the most wonderful thing God could have ever did, was save him and leave me, because like I said, he could have took me. I couldn't think to fathom my baby not being here. And he just turned 8. And that's crazy. Like, my grandma passed in July. My granddad had an incident that happened recently as well. And he ended up in the hospital after my grandmama was buried. Then my mom had surgery, which it wasn't, too bad. And then my son's birthday, my brother Krishan birthday, his daughter Bridget's birthday, Dalen graduation, and we crashed on Dalen graduation 2 weeks before Christmas. It's a lot, but I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And yeah, so I feel like I told y'all everything. I don't think I missed anything. My grandmama left me the most sweetest voicemail too, y'all, just telling me she happy we okay, because she saw it late that we had a wreck. And this should just tell people, love on your people, love on your kids. Even if you don't do content, you don't have to do content. I just like doing content. But take pictures, print them out, save them, put them on a flash drive, a hard drive. Just keep stuff, videos, because when a person is gone, that's it. There's nothing else you can get after that. And I don't have any pictures with me and my grandmama as I was older, because she was coming around. She had pictures with my son, but I was busy. I was running around behind him trying to get stuff ready for his birthday party. Yes, I talked to her. Yes, I told her I loved her, but I didn't get those memories that I could look at, like that I could see visually, besides when I was a kid. So yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that. I'm not gonna end a video right now, only because, like I said, I gotta make sure I don't have nothing else to tell y'all. And then I'll probably give y'all another update too on how my body feel when Day Trail get back tomorrow, just so y'all kind of know. But I am shaking up, y'all. But there's a God, and I believe in that, so that's gonna get me through. Y'all know I'm always smiling no matter what. Of course I wasn't smiling yesterday, but I just gotta smile, because like I said, one day we are gonna go. I just pray we get a long life together, and when we do go, that we're ready. Because who want to go when they not ready? I don't want to go to hell. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. So Day Trail is here, but he does not want to tell his side anymore. He did when it first happened. So I'm gonna respect that, because people handle their trauma differently. And I don't want to force him to get on camera and say how he felt or what he witnessed and what happened if he doesn't want to. But like I told y'all before, he did tell us that he was asleep when I first went into the 18 wheeler. He didn't see that, but he woke up when I was screaming because I was screaming to God, praying and asking God to cover him. And then he woke up screaming, Mama, what's going on? What's going on? I'm scared. And I told him I love him because I didn't know where we were going to end up at. So that's pretty much all he said whenever the police asked him what he remembered and everything. And then, of course, when we landed, he was confused and we had to get him out the car because the car was smoking. But it's been 2 days since the wreck. I'm still emotional, especially at night. I feel like it hits me more at night than during the day. Like during the day, it hits me, but it's really at night. It's hard for me to sleep. Even if I'm tired, I just toss and turn. I keep having dreams that I don't understand the meaning to. And the dreams are odd, so I don't understand that. And then I also, like, I be shaking. I'll start doing this real bad. And I'm trying to talk about it because I feel like if I don't talk about it, I'm going to hold it in and I'm going to make it worse. So that's pretty much how I've been trying to handle it and praying. I've been praying to God, like, please take these negative thoughts away because we're alive. I'm blessed to be alive. I don't want to seem ungrateful. I don't want to seem like, oh, it's not enough because it is. My life is here. My son's life, especially, is still on this earth. And like everyone said, there is something that God has for us, something that we have to do, and which is why he wasn't ready for us, if that makes sense. Like, we have a purpose on this earth still. So I just try to think like that. I try not to be too negative, but it's hard. Like, I just be thinking like, what if we wreck again? What if the next time we die? What if my son wreck, without me? Or, he's in the car with somebody else. It's like all these things. And yesterday when my boyfriend took me to get tacos, I was literally like jumping every time a car pulled up, every time a car tried to pass, every time like a car would be acting like, well, they wasn't coming out, but they were waiting for us to go by so they could pull out. I would just jump because I didn't know. Like, it's just so scary. My heart be feeling like it's rushing sometimes still. Like I'm back in the car. I'm just feeling like I just can't shake it sometimes. And I don't know if this is temporary or if this is something that's going to be permanent, and I pray it's not, because I cannot live in fear. God says we are not to live in fear. It's okay to mourn. It's okay to go through things. It's okay to have human feelings, but we shouldn't just live in fear. And I know God is real. I know there's a God. I knew that before my wreck, and I most definitely know that now. I am considering therapy if I don't shake back. Right now, I'm just kind of waiting because it's only been 2 days, so it's probably still fresh. And I do feel like this morning was hard for me, y'all. Like, I was like crying, like boo-hoo crying. I was thinking about my son screaming. I was just thinking about everything that could have happened, what did happen. I was still remembering what it felt like when my car first swerved, when it first tried to swerve and I caught it, and then when it crashed. And I was like, no, like, because it wasn't nothing I could do. The wheels and steering wheel wasn't, not the wheels and steering wheel. I meant the steering wheel and brake was not working. I did laugh today. I haven't laughed in a couple of days. I ended up laughing today. I was cracking up. Both of my cousins called me on FaceTime, Kamisha and Taisha. Shout out to y'all. And they had me cracking up. I needed to laugh. And I feel like laughter is good. No matter the situation, we got to learn to laugh about things and find things to laugh about. Because if not, depression gonna get you. It's gonna get you. So that's all this vlog is gonna be about. Basically, it was supposed to be the graduation vlog for my brother. I'm still sad we didn't make it, but he looked so amazing. And I can't remember if I told y'all I was gonna post his graduation pictures. I think I did, but if I didn't, I'll post it now. But if I did, then I'm not gonna repost it again, because I was gonna put it in this video to show y'all what he looked like at graduation. But I feel like I did say that. Did I say that? That's the only thing about vlogging. You don't remember what you be saying sometimes. Like, you be like, did I say that already? Or am I saying that again? Because, like, my last vlog, y'all, I said the same thing 3 times. I had to delete 2 of them. I'm like, why did I say that 3 times? But I guess that's just life. We don't be remembering. Mine is going bad, y'all. Your girl 27. I'll be busting 30 in a couple of more years. But that's it. My boyfriend is on the way soon in a couple of hours to kind of sit with me. I also want to run to the grocery store just to grab a few items, and I need to pay my rent because I have not paid that yet. So I definitely want to get that did today because I am going back to work tomorrow, in case y'all was wondering. I don't think I need to miss work. Plus, my job cut our hours last month, so we're not even making a lot of money right now. So it's kind of like I can't afford to miss work. And luckily, I work from home, so that's not gonna be one of my issues. Really just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get to the store, get my son to speech therapy, which I'm sure his dad will do all of that with him. But yeah, can't wait to shake back from this because I know God has bigger and better. And yeah, if God wanted us, he would have took us. He's God, you know. He got the last say, so we don't. So I just feel like if he wanted us, we would have been gone. And I did go live, like I told y'all. I ended up going live. I don't think I was as detailed on my live as I was on here, because on here I could take my time. I know no one is watching me in real time. But on my live, I had views, and it was like 53 people watching. And I'm like shaking. I kept crying and I couldn't catch my breath. I forgot what I was saying, kept losing like the spot I was in. So it was a lot. Like, I was emotional on here, but the live on Facebook was definitely emotional. And people were all, also you can comment on live. So as they're coming, I'm trying not to read it, but I'm actually still reading it kind of. And that just made me cry even harder. So that's why I wanted to do a separate video, which is this one. That way I could post it. And hopefully I didn't miss anything, or I don't miss anything. And I could kind of just give y'all an update. I heard people say that I could try to sue as well. I'm not going to speak too much on that, because I feel like even if I was or wasn't, I just don't want to speak on that. I feel like when it comes to legal stuff and things like that, especially trying to sue, that stuff you keep private and personal until it's done. And that's if you're gonna do it. So I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. I'm not saying I'm not. We just have to see. I don't want to talk too much on that. Yeah, but thank y'all so much for the calls. I had people sending videos of them praying. My neighbor next door was at work when my crash happened, and she sent me a video of her at work, literally on the job, and someone at her job prayed for me. She was like, can you pray for my friend Tiara? This girl named Shatira that I went to school with, she also sent me a video because she sung a song, and I needed that. Like, I needed to hear that. I needed that, y'all. And she can sing. Like, she just don't know how much her singing helped. There was a bunch of other people that sent me a lot of encouragement. It wasn't just them, but I definitely do thank everyone. Thank y'all for the prayers. Thank y'all for the kind words. Thank y'all for reaching out. Thank y'all for checking. Daytrail, why are you trying to feed me? I don't want that corn chip. I don't want it.
I'll be right. Give some. Here.
I don't want it. Why would you try to feed me that in the middle of my conversation? Mm-mm.
A bit.
Mm-mm.
A bit.
I don't want no corn chips. I love you. I love you. I'm happy that everything worked out, and you are the best part of my life. I'm so blessed. No matter how much I fuss at you or get on to you, I always want you to know Mama loves you. I don't ever want you to feel like you're not loved, or that I'm just mad at you. Because it's not that I'm mad at you. It's that I want you to be great. When I get on to you, it's because I love you. I never want to just fuss at you and get on to you for no reason. And I'm just happy we get to continue life together. My baby, come here. Let me show them my handsome baby. Before I end the video, come here. This is who I fought for in that car. My handsome man. I love my handsome man. Oh. He'll always be my baby, no matter what. No matter what life take us, you gonna do great in life. You slept better last night?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta ask you that, because I sure was wondering, did you do better last night when you slept over there than you did here?
I will.
You sure you ain't got nothing to say to the camera?
My daddy didn't give me nothing on my VR.
He said he gonna do it for Christmas. Did you want to say anything to the camera?
No.
No? Okay. Y'all heard that y'all stuff, so yeah. But thank y'all again. I just can't thank y'all enough. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. And this is the end of this video. And oh, before I end it, please, you guys, what?
I'll get some of my tablet.
Hold on. Please make sure that you are getting your car checked out. Please make sure that you are getting second opinions, third opinions, fourth opinions, because I got my car checked out. Anything that was wrong, I got fixed. I never ignored any signs. I always complained. I always spoke up. I wasn't afraid to ask different people opinions, but I still ended up in this situation. We still ended up in this situation. So please make sure you're getting your car checked. If you feel uneasy, if you're not sure, go to someone else. Always listen to your gut feeling. Pray about it. Stay prayed up. Teach your kids to pray. Just stay with God, okay? Put God before everything you do and understand that things happen for a reason, no matter how much we hate some of the stuff that can happen. But God has a reason for everything. I don't want no more corn chips. I don't like corn chips. I want no more corn chips. Please stop.
Good.
Okay. Now, I'm going to end this video. Alright, make sure you share the video just to raise awareness for people, because somebody may need to see this. Their car may be having issues and they don't know what to do, or they got a mechanic like mine was. And I went to a shop, okay? And they probably thinking, oh, they're right. I'm wrong. I'm delusional how I was. And you're not delusional. Or it's a possibility you're not. So, yeah. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, love you. Bye.